Breaking Mzansi Insider reports. Economic freedom fighters, EFF, President Julius Malema has once again captured national attention with his strong and fearless declaration, "I am not afraid of General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi." Known for his confrontational political style, Malema's statement signals a continued willingness to challenge authority figures he believes represent intimidation or injustice. The remark comes at a time when tensions between political leadership and law enforcement figures appear to be under increased scrutiny. By openly addressing General Mkhwanazi, a respected and firm figure in South Africa's policing structure, Malema positions himself as unshaken and unapologetic in the face of perceived pressure. Supporters of the EFF leader view this as a courageous stand, an assertion that political leaders must never be silenced or threatened. To them, Malema represents a voice of resistance, one that refuses to bow to institutional power. However, critics argue that such statements risk deepening divisions and may undermine the relationship between political institutions and law enforcement. General Mkhwanazi, widely known for his disciplined leadership and commitment to tackling crime, has built a reputation as a tough enforcer of the law. Being drawn into political rhetoric of this nature inevitably raises questions about the boundaries between policing and politics. Malema's statement does not exist in isolation. It taps into a deeper narrative of growing tension between political movements and state institutions. In recent years, South Africa has witnessed an increasing number of confrontations, both verbal and structural, between politicians and law enforcement agencies. These moments often reflect underlying struggles over influence, control, and public trust. By openly declaring that he is not afraid, Malema is not just addressing General Mkhwanazi as an individual, but symbolically challenging the authority that law enforcement represents in the political space. It is a message aimed not only at his supporters, but also at institutions he believes must remain accountable and free from political misuse. At the same time, this kind of rhetoric raises important concerns. South Africa's democratic framework depends heavily on mutual respect between political leaders and state institutions. When statements become personal or confrontational, they risk blurring the lines between legitimate political critique and institutional conflict. This can influence public perception, potentially weakening confidence in both political and security structures. For many South Africans, the situation presents a difficult question: where should the line be drawn between fearless leadership and responsible governance? While bold speech can inspire and mobilize, it can also inflame tensions if not balanced with restraint. As the dust begins to settle around Malema's bold declaration, attention now turns to what this moment could mean for South Africa's political and institutional landscape. Statements of this nature rarely fade quietly. They often set the tone for future engagements, shaping both public discourse and political strategy. For Julius Malema, this could further solidify his image as a fearless and uncompromising leader. His political brand has long been built on challenging authority and speaking directly to the frustrations of many South Africans. This latest remark reinforces that identity, potentially strengthening his connection with supporters who value boldness over diplomacy. However, the long-term impact may depend on how the situation evolves. If tensions escalate, it could create a more confrontational environment between political parties and law enforcement agencies. That kind of atmosphere risks shifting focus away from pressing national issues, such as economic challenges, unemployment, and public safety, toward political clashes and personality-driven narratives. On the other hand, this moment could also open space for deeper national reflection. It highlights the importance of clearly defined roles within a democracy, where political leaders are free to speak, but institutions like the police remain respected and independent. Maintaining that balance is crucial for stability and public trust. For General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, the response, whether direct or measured silence, will also play a key role in shaping the narrative. A calm, professional approach could reinforce confidence in law enforcement, while any escalation may draw the institution further into political debates. In the end, This is more than just a headline, it is a reflection of the ongoing tension between power and accountability in a vibrant but complex democracy.